Hi, I'm Matt Collins. I'd like to welcome you to Bob Weber Auto Mart on Douglas Avenue here in Racine, across from Douglas Park. We specialize in 1-year-old, low mileage, almost new cars. And if you'd like to stop by and see them, or see them on our website, bobweberautomart.com, we could save you between $5,000 and $10,000 on your next almost new car purchase.
I'm Michael Burke, and this is Money Talks. Hi, welcome. We are today with Joe Greene, the Executive Director of Careers Industries, and we're over at Westgate Square, specifically Greater Grain Gluten-Free Goods, which after that I'm going to refer to as G4 or 4G, save myself a lot of time. At the store, the gluten-free store that you opened a couple of years, early 2012.
Right.
Joe, let's start out with what is Careers Industries. You preface that by saying you guys, I think, were a little bit on the invisible side until you came to Westgate Square, and now you're very visible. But what is it that your nonprofit does?
Well, we've been around since 1972, and we were established to serve adults with disabilities in general. We cover all of Racine County at this point and serve around 400 people on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of daily living skills with some of our folks, job training. We do community employment. We kind of
What does that mean, community employment?
we take folks who have the interest and the desire, and we help them find a job in the community.
Mm-hmm. Regular jobs.
Regular jobs.
And in the meantime, you are performing contract work, correct?
We do.
With most of your 400 clients, or all of them? Or what?
About 2/3 of our participants do various work on various contracts. We do work for InSinkErator, people like Bombardier, Custom Services Unlimited. I'm going to leave some of them out, I'm sure, just because I can't think. But we have a lot of people that are working with us, a lot of businesses that rely on us to be an integral part of their manufacturing process.
So it's like packing and assembly and things like
Yeah,
that, and it all happens here?
It happens here and in our facility in Burlington.
Did you keep the one open on South Street, or is that closed now?
We moved out of South Street back into our Douglas Avenue facility.
Oh.
Our can liner operation, we moved into there.
Okay, so that's what Careers does. And you had been on the north side, but in 2011 you made a big physical change. Talk about that a little bit.
We did. We had gotten to the point where we had outgrown our Douglas Avenue facility. So we looked long and hard to find a place that was, to your point earlier, a little bit more visible, and also allowed us the opportunity to bring in more participants, more work opportunities for them. And in December of 2011, we were able to move into this facility. We have 56,000 square feet here compared to our 26,000 square feet on Douglas. So,
And let's clarify, this is the shopping center anchored by Shopko, which everybody knows,
right.
And you're right next door to Shopko now
Right
with your main facility, and it's a great looking facility too. How's that move worked out for you?
well, it's been fantastic. We've attracted over 100 new participants since we've been here.
Just through the visibility?
Visibility and our reputation continues to grow, but a lot of it is visibility. People know us. There are still people in town. We've been here for 40 years that don't know who Careers is.
Yeah.
So.
And by the way, that was a great deal for the owners of this Westgate Square, because this space back here was largely, well, probably totally unused, I think, in the far corner. And you guys have taken all that over, right?
We did.
Yeah, yeah. So that was a great deal for them too. When you began the remodeling, did you always have plans to open this store as a part of your?
I had plans to open up a retail store, some kind of a retail outlet where we could try to generate additional revenue for the services we provide here. and also be a viable business. So it wasn't until we were well into the construction that we finally settled on the idea of opening up a gluten-free store.
And you have a very personal reason, so talk about the impetus for that particular kind of store.
Well, it's twofold. Part of it's selfish. My wife was diagnosed with celiac disease about 10 years ago, and we know how
Which I had never heard of until you and I had that conversation the first time.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more diagnosed all the time. But there's that whole range of gluten intolerance. But for 10 years, Brenda and I, we searched high and low to find good quality gluten-free products.
Can I just ask you, what are the... for those who don't know, you hear the term gluten every single day, but what is gluten and what are some of the symptoms of that disease, which I assume is at the more extreme end of the intolerance continuum?
It is. Well, gluten itself is a protein that's found in wheat, barley, and rye. And people with celiac disease or anywhere on that gluten intolerance spectrum, it actually damages their intestines. It does a lot. I mean, it does a lot of physical damage to a person. A lot of folks have found that even things with just general stomach troubles, they find that they have an intolerance to gluten.
I have a daughter who discovered that.
Yeah, and it's depending on the severity, it can really mess your life up because you have to plan your life around where there might be facilities.
So the Racine area didn't have a store like this, so you thought...
Some of the grocery stores had a selection, but it was minimal. We ended up traveling up to Brookfield on a regular basis to get our groceries. And since Racine didn't have one, we thought, why not? This is a good opportunity.
So you have about 1,000 square feet here. It's a kind of a cozy little store. When you opened in March of 2012, how many products did you have at that time?
We started with about 300 products then.
And I know you've always had a sign up sheet here, or a request sheet. How many products do you carry now?
We're about 800.
Wow.
About 820 actually.
Wow, you're going on a tripling of that.
Yeah.
And is that mostly by customer request for things?
I'm going to say half of that growth has been just specific customer suggestions. The others are myself and all my staff. We know the gluten-free market very well and the products, so we are able to search out and bring in the best products.
So you're kind of a destination for those who know they have an intolerance, and I'm sure there are people out there who don't know what's causing their indigestion and things like that. How have you been, before we talk about a few specific products and do a show and tell, how are you doing against this rising awareness, the grocery stores that carry lines of things? Are you still a destination for people, or what?
We are. People understand, we have one of the best selections in Racine County still. Some of the grocery stores are getting more and more products, but we're very competitive on our price. And I think one of our selling points, we have a great selection, competitively priced, and all of our profits go back in to help our adults with disabilities in Racine, not wherever. So
yeah. Well, why don't you show us a couple things?
Sure.
Maybe.
Well, a couple of things.
Popular.
We've recently gotten in the Jules all-purpose flour, and this has been something that I've been trying to get in for almost a year. This is at this point.
Why was it difficult?
It was hard to find. I couldn't find a supplier that had it, so we finally went to Jules and got a contract set up with them. This is, at this point, one of the best flours in the world, gluten-free flours. It's cup for cup, good texture. We sell a lot of Jules flour, and people have been very excited that we've gotten it in. Okay. So we have a large variety of flours, multi-purpose flours, but this has been the best seller lately. It's very, very busy.
Okay.
We also we didn't talk about, but we have, in addition to our gluten-free products, we have a line of 100% grass-fed beef and lamb. We have organic chicken, organic turkey, organic bison.
I believe those are all Wisconsin produced, right? Or Wisconsin raised?
All of those are.
Yeah.
Yes. The only thing that's not is our wild Alaskan salmon, and we carry coho and sockeye salmon. And I know the family that catches this, and so this is I've been a big seller, very good salmon, and we sell a lot of our salmon.
By the way, I've bought a lot of your beef and sausage and lamb products here, and they're all very lean.
Very lean,
good.
very high quality.
Yeah.
Very high quality. And then it's getting that season. One of the things people are kind of rushing around for already are they're thinking of Thanksgiving coming up. And for all of the people who have gluten intolerance, they think about the noodles they can't have, the stuffing they can't have, the gravies. We have the flour for the noodles. We have gluten-free stuffings, gluten-free gravies. And
That's right, because gravy requires flour.
a lot of gravies have flour.
Uh-huh.
So we're seeing a big upswing in people coming in, preparing now for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
So, and we do have the availability to order organic turkeys if people would like them. We'll special order
Oh, yeah?
for them.
Oh,
Yes.
from, are these all from the same Wisconsin farm? Or?
These are from a different farm.
Okay.
But we can order them if someone would want that.
Uh-huh.
But those are just a few of the products that we carry, and right now the most popular ones, especially with the holidays coming up.
Yeah. So how are you doing in whatever projections you had made? And you probably didn't have a lot to go on when you made initial projections, but how are you doing? How's the store doing?
The store it's met almost all of our projections thus far.
Yeah.
We have times when we are not as busy as we'd like to be, and that if you look at grocery stores, they also have their ups and downs. But the last 2 months, or especially October right now, is really going well, and we continue to bring in new products on a weekly basis. So our customer base is growing.
This show will first appear on October 23rd, 2013, and we should mention something new you may be doing. That's opening on Saturdays, or are you now open on Saturdays?
We are now. We opened up last Saturday. This last Saturday was our first Saturday that we've been open in a while. And
How many hours on Saturdays?
We're
will it be?
open noon to 4.
Okay,
And we were very, very busy on Saturday. So
good, because you know how that's been a continuing theme of mine.
It has.
Get open on Saturdays.
yeah.
And a final aspect of your store that we haven't really talked about, but it's used for job training. So explain how that
It is,
goes.
and that's probably the icing on the cake when you look at our store. We, besides having great selection for the people in Racine County, and putting all of the profits that we make back in to help other programs, we work with the Department of Vocational Rehabilitation, and we provide retail training to adults with disabilities. And these are adults that have expressed an interest in working in retail. And we have a very specific and thorough course that we take them through. They work, it's about a 40-hour training, and they come in and learn every aspect of retail that we can offer in the store.
Do they work side by side with someone without disabilities? Or
They do. We have a job coach that work with
Okay.
them and train them. We were very happy to be, and still are, the only hands-on retail training that allows for people with disabilities in southeast Wisconsin, that actually allows people to learn how to count money back and handle the money.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So we're very excited and proud of that.
Now, I know there's a goal in doing that, and that is?
That is to help these folks that want to work in the community, to take them out now and help them find a job in the community, retail-based.
So what's the track record been? Roughly how many have been through this course, and what are some of them doing now?
At this point, we've had, I believe, we just finished up our 12th person since we started, and we have gotten some of them, helped a few of them get some positions, and not specifically in retail yet because the market's really tough. But we've recently placed a person at Best Buy, and we have several at Piggly Wiggly. Doing different things. So
Great.
we're still looking. There's a lot of our folks still looking for employment.
Yeah, I bet they like that customer interaction and working in the store, don't they?
They love it. They do. Yeah.
Well, Joe Greene, Executive Director of Careers Industries. We have been at 4G, but you can say the whole name for me.
Greater Grain Gluten-Free Goods.
Are you going to stay with the... Do you guys shorten it? You must in
We call it
conversation.
Greater Grain.
Greater Grain, okay.
Yep.
In Westgate Square, more or less next to Shopco. And so if you haven't been here yet, check it out. Thanks to our producer, Greg Shaver. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Matt Collins. I'd like to welcome you to Bob Weber Auto Mart on Douglas Avenue here in Racine, across from Douglas Park. We specialize in 1-year-old, low mileage, almost new cars. And if you'd like to stop by and see them, or see them on our website, bobweberautomart.com. We could save you between $5,000 and $10,000 on your next almost new car purchase.